Part-timers, welcome, welcome, welcome to Lambda School. My name is Jasmine Muhammad. I am going to be your orientation host this evening. I'm so glad you guys have made it here. I have been with Lambda School since October, so almost about 9 months now. And literally my favorite part of my job is talking to students every day. So I'm so glad you guys are here. I can't wait to interact with you over the next 18 months and see you guys succeed. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna share my screen. Just so you know, I have my co-host, Patrick Patty Cake Kennedy, on the ones and twos as well. He's an awesome co-host. If you can see my presentation, give me a thumbs up. Awesome, thank you guys. All right, so you guys are here for Lambda's new student orientation. You guys are in UX part-time 2, DS part-time 2, web part-time 9, and iOS part-time 2. So welcome you guys. Remember, I'm gonna keep you guys muted. If you have any questions, go ahead and go to your class channel. So if you're in UX part-time 2, you can type all of your questions there. Same for DS. Same for web part-time 9 and iOS part-time 2. Let me turn my notifications off. Y'all are blowing me up. Okay. All right. So let's go to the agenda. So we're gonna do some introductions. I have so much information to give you guys. So keep your ears open, keep your minds open, and stick with me, okay? So introductions, we'll talk about how we communicate here at Lambda School. We'll talk about the training kit, some expectations. Then we'll go over the schedule, talk about team leads a little bit. We'll talk about the rating scale, unit flex, the ISA, as well as how you guys can give us feedback, and some build week stuff or build sprints. And also I'll introduce you to your staff as well, okay? So let's get started. Post these answers in your class channel. So what's your name? What's your favorite app or website? And why are you here? Why'd you come to Lambda School? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna give you guys about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go. Over the weekend, be sure to pause it and you can go in and introduce yourself to your class channel as well, but we are going to continue, okay? All right, let's go. So here you see that we have a physical or clip art representation of Lambda School. You have Zoom on one side and you have Slack on the other because we are a remote learning program, so everything is online. So we use Zoom and Slack to communicate for all of our different courses. So we offer full stack web, data science, user experience, iOS and Android. And most recently we added a Java course. And but today I got full stack web, iOS, data science and UX here. So you can think of Zoom rooms like our classrooms or our conference rooms, and Slack is more like our student union. So 99% of your Lambda School communication is going to be held on Slack, and you'll communicate with your TL, your section leads, student success staff, all on Slack. So all the mingling happens there, okay? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we communicate with Slack and Zoom throughout your courses. So Slack. Sheesh. There we go, Slack. Alrighty, so I have some do's and don'ts for you guys. The do's and don'ts, they're really, really simple, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do all of them in just a second. But the first do, go ahead and add a profile picture of yourself. That's why I told you guys to bring a headshot. You wanna add your first and last name, and your course and your section details. So you're in iOS part-time 2, you're gonna wanna put that in there, but I will show you how. Any don'ts, don't use a picture that's not you. We wanna know who we're talking to. Don't use a name that's not yours. And don't disrupt the learning environment, and don't use profanity. We really wanna keep the Lambda culture here as positive as possible. and respectful for everyone, okay? So some best practices are to be sure to use the threads, become engaged, really go in those Slack channels and talk away, stay on topic, and be professional. Pretty simple, right? I think so. All right, here's Zoom. So Zoom serves as our classrooms. You guys already know how to use Zoom because here you are. So you'll know which classroom to join when your instructor drops links for the guided demos in your class channels, okay? Your TL, your team lead, is also going to be dropping links if they want to have a one-on-one with you or do some code review with you. So you'll get used to the links dropping all over the place, okay? So with Slack and Zoom, I really recommend that you download them, the desktop clients, onto your computer because they are, oh, yeah, I like that. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a chocolate tapestry. Sorry, guys. Go ahead and download Slack and Zoom onto your computer. Also download them onto your phone. They're very handy to have when if you're not near your computer, all right? So Zoom is super useful because you can mute yourself if your kid's in the background. My kids are always screaming in the background. You can turn your video off if, you know, anything is not professional in your background. Now you have the option to do those things, turn your camera off and turn your sound off in the bottom left-hand corner, but please try and get in the habit of leaving your camera on. Networking, collaborating can be really, really, really difficult when you can't place a face to a name. So we'll talk a little bit later about webcam etiquette and when you should have your camera on and off, but try to get into the habit of having it on. Okay, there's some cool things that you can do with Zoom. You can participate non-verbally. So go ahead and press escape to get out of the full screen mode if you aren't already. And so in the bottom controls, you'll see participants. Go ahead and click on that and this right sidebar panel is gonna appear. You'll be able to see all the people on this call. And if you go down a little closer to the bottom, you will see some words. There's raise hand, there's yes, there's no, go slower or go faster. So everyone go ahead and raise your hand. And then my screen is lighting up. It's lighting up, exactly. So that's how you can raise your hand and whoever your instructor is can call you out and see what your question is, okay? So that's how you participate non-verbally on Zoom. So just like Slack, I have some Zoom etiquette too. So remember, keep your video on if your surroundings are appropriate. Check your surroundings and add your full name to your Zoom account as well as a picture, and really be considerate of what you present to others. Some don'ts, don't use a picture or a name that isn't yours. Don't disrupt the learning environment or use profanity or present content that may be disrespectful to anyone. Some best practices, be engaged, stay on topic, and use the threads in your Slack channels, okay? So some webcam etiquette. Be sure to use a good webcam and mic, okay? There go my kids. I should be muted right now. Remember to keep your camera on when applicable. Be mindful of when it should be muted. And if you're unable to purchase a webcam or a mic, unable to purchase are keywords, go ahead and go to the front desk app and request one. And I can show you guys how to do that a little bit later as well. Okay, let's talk about attendance and participation a little bit. Okay, so I know you guys have lots and lots of questions, so I'll answer them. So one of the questions, Jasmine, do I have to attend every single guided demo or lecture? Yes, you absolutely do. Attendance is required, okay? Your TL is gonna be taking attendance during those guided demos, at the end of the day, during your stand-up. So please, please, please be there on time and be there for the duration, because if you're not there when your TL is taking attendance, you will be counted as absent. And then I'm going to come and I'm gonna ask why you were absent, and you can just let us know ahead of time. Be proactive, okay? Another question, Jasmine, I'm really shy and I'm really introverted. Do I have to participate? I can be there, but do I have to participate in the lectures and stand-ups? Yes, please do. And I'm going to tell you why. Our ultimate goal at Lambda School is to get you hired. So let's say, you become a super dope web developer or data scientist, and you get a job making $100,000 a year. What I can guarantee you is that you're going to have to make presentations. You're going to have to show your work and participate in daily stand-ups or at least weekly stand-ups to communicate with your team about what you're working on. This is how you'll be participating at Lambda School to really get into the practice and to get ready for your career, okay? So remember to ask questions, answer them if you have the answers, and really be vulnerable, put yourself out there. This is gonna be really hard and you're gonna get stuck. Let your TL know. Post in the help channel, attend after hours. This is really how you get the most out of your experience at Lambda School, okay? Jasmine, how do I know if I'm actually learning what I should be? Mastery, okay? At Lambda School, we present our students with challenges to measure your understanding of a subject. They're called sprint challenges, okay? We'll talk more about that in a second, but everything that you need to know is in your training kit. Jasmine, what's the training kit? Tell me more about it. You guys, I'm gonna get there, okay? Just wait, all right? So the training kit is many, many things, okay? It is your syllabus. There's lecture videos and assignments, okay? It's kind of like the holy grail of external resources that you can use to further develop your skills for whatever program you're enrolled in, okay? So you should have a DM in your inbox from me that has your TK credentials in it. And if you don't, please send me a DM right away, okay? And they will be live before Monday, so please don't fret. How are you gonna know how you're doing at Lambda School? That's a great question. I'm gonna show you. So if you take a look at that DM that I sent you, you'll see that there's a link in there that's kind of like this one, right? Instead of Jasmine Muhammad, it's gonna say your name. And if you click on it and log in, I'm gonna click on it and show you guys one of Web Part-Time 9, I believe, one of the TLs, Cecil John Tante, and this is his dashboard. You guys are gonna have one that looks just like it, okay? It's gonna have your section right here, and also it'll have your name and your sprint pass rates, pretty much like a grade. So each of these are sprint challenges that you submit, and it will show if you passed it or if you need to resubmit it. But the sweetness is right here in attempts, okay? It'll show you how many times you attempted it, but if you click on it right there, it gives you all the goodness, all right? It'll show when you submitted the sprint, or I'm sorry, when it was reviewed. It'll also show you if you passed or need to resubmit it. Right here, it will show you how, what rating your reviewer or TL gave you. So Cecil John Tante got a 3 on this one, okay? And his reviewer was Emily McClanahan. It also shows you the review that your TL gives you. So what looks great, what you can improve on, and any questions they have that are super specific to your sprint, okay? So all the information is gonna be in there that you need. Please use it often. So many people don't know that this is here, and I really wanted to stress it so you guys know what a great tool it is, okay? So that is your training kit and your progress reports. Let's move on to some do's and don'ts. I know I have a lot of do's and don'ts. Work hard and be nice to people. It's really that simple, but this breaks it down a little bit. And these do's and don'ts, they kind of coincide as well. So respect your peers, respect the other students and your mentors, respect yourself, of course. Go all in, give it all you got, okay? This is gonna be hard, so you gotta give it all you got. Have fun. Coding is fun, it can be hard, but it is very fun. Have a good time. Build relationships with your cohort mates. We're not in a competition. Okay, remember we're all here pretty much for the same common goal. Work with your team lead. They are your liaison between this coding stuff, your section lead, your instructor, student success, and you. So keep a good relationship with them, speak to them often, okay? every single code challenge, every single daily project, not daily project for part-time, but every single assignment is very, very important, okay? Now, the don'ts. Don't miss class. If you have to miss class, let someone know. Let your TL know. Let student success know, okay? Don't sign off early. Stay there for the duration. And don't mess with other students. I think that coincides with, you know, respect your peers, respect yourself. What's next? Don't compare yourself to others. Make friends. We are all here, like I said, for the same common goal. Don't interview for jobs prior to labs completion. We have a whole career curriculum here for you guys. So you guys will know exactly when it's time to start applying for jobs. And please don't do drugs and alcohol. What you do on your time is your business, but while you are online at Lambda School, please do not partake. Thank you. All right, wax on, wax off. Who knows what this is? If you know where this quote comes from, go ahead and put it in your class channel. Darren, you're absolutely correct. It is the Karate Kid. Yes, the original is the best, but I like Jaden Smith. I like them. I don't know why. Anyway, that's exactly right. Okay, so it's from the Karate Kid, and you're probably wondering why I'm referencing the Karate Kid. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it if you've never seen it. So a young teenager, there it is, a young teenager, Daniel, he goes to Mr. Miyagi because he wants to learn karate. And Mr. Miyagi, he has him doing chores pretty much, really mundane chores like waxing the car on, putting the wax on the car, and then taking the wax off. And, you know, Daniel, he really gets upset and he's like, none of this is teaching me karate. And then Mr. Miyagi shows him all the muscle memory that he's been retaining from these mundane tasks, these mundane chores. This is going to be your experience at Lambda School. There are going to be some things where you say, hey, I don't understand how this is helping me become a better developer. I don't understand how this is helping me become a better data scientist or whatever. Remember, the curriculum that we have set for you guys builds upon itself. There are some things that we want you to do, like stand-ups, like one-on-ones, that are going to be a part of your professional life. So these mundane tasks that you may feel are a little bit unnecessary, they're all necessary, and they're creating muscle memory for you guys, okay? All right, this is a quote that I stole from my boss, Kevin Morrill. It says, it sounds easy enough in principle, perhaps, but learning, critical thinking, creativity, and invention, all those mind-expanding skills are all up to you. You don't get taught, you have to learn. We tend to look at the teacher-learner relationship the wrong way around. It's not the teacher that teaches, it's that the student learns. The learning is always up to you. And that's from Pragmatic Thinking and Learning by Andy Hunt. Remember that Lambda School is going to do everything that we possibly can for you guys to learn all the technical skills that you need, even get hired with career readiness presentations every week. But at the end of the day, it is all up to you to learn. And I promise that if you show up every day, if you do the work, you'll get where you need to be. Please trust the system, wax on, wax off, do your part, okay? All right, let's talk a little bit about your time here at Lambda School. So this timeline here, it shows you a sprint breakdown, right? So sprints 1 through 16, that's where you're gonna have your core track. So if you're in iOS part-time too, your first 16 weeks are gonna be all iOS. If you're in UX, same thing, all UX the first 16 weeks. Then you go into labs where you work with people who are in other cohorts where they may be working on Android or full stack web or iOS. You work all together to build a really awesome project. Then you go into some CS, computer science, where you learn a little bit more. And then after that, sprints 33 through 40 is where you have Lambda X. Lambda X is our career readiness curriculum, and it says 40 plus because we're going to help you get a job. We are not going to stop until you get a job. So hopefully you won't either. Okay. All right. So this is a breakdown of the Lambda School sprints, and I'm going to go backwards for you just to explain how this works. Okay. So if you focus your attention to the right side of the picture, you'll see I do, we do, you do. This is the teaching strategy that has proven to be most successful at Lambda School. During your guided projects, your instructor is going to demonstrate a concept, and then they'll ask you to follow along. This is the we do. Okay, then you'll have the opportunity to show that you've mastered the objective, and that's the you do. So we call them IWIs, and this is how you'll learn each objective. And so if you focus a little bit more to the left, you'll see that the objectives make up our modules, and each module consists of about 3 or 4 objectives that we'll teach you using those same IWIs. And then at the bottom of the module column, you'll see an objective project. Okay, those are the projects that you guys will do about 2 times a week, and these test your knowledge of the objectives that we taught in the module. A little more to the left, we have a sprint, okay, and this sprint consists of 4 modules, and we'll test your knowledge of each module with the sprint challenge. Okay, and these are taken every other weekend for your part-time schedule, okay? Does it sound confusing? No worries. You guys will be awesome at it. Once you start doing it, you'll get used to it, okay? So you'll see that, what's next? That then some units make up your track, which is your core concepts, and then you go down to labs. Okay? So, and just to note, every track is a little bit different, but this is just a general breakdown of how it works. A couple of the build weeks are placed a little bit differently in the DS track, but every announcement that you need to know is going to be found in your class channel, so no worries, okay? Okay, let's keep going. I told you guys about some career readiness curriculum. You're going to learn all the technical skills that you need and launch your careers in whatever field you're in. But learning technical skills isn't the only thing you need to be focused on to secure a career. So each week, you're going to have career and professional development workshops. These workshops are going to cover everything from feedback in the workplace, technical resume writing, effective networking strategies, and even interview preparation. So you'll have assignments each week that will help you practically apply the concepts learned in these career lessons to your own professional development skill set. So you're not going to start applying for jobs until months down the road, but it is important for you to have all of your job search material ready so that you can hit the ground running. Okay, we'll support you in meeting these expectations throughout the course, so you're not trying to get everything done at once. So we have dedicated careers lessons and assignments, and you can also expect some real world practical opportunities to put your skills to the test, and that's with build sprints as well as labs. Okay, and all the information that you need on the career readiness curriculum is going to be in the LS1907 Slack channel. All of you guys should be in it. If you're not, you'll be in it before Monday. All right, so I just gave you guys a lot of information, things that we expect from you, but I want you to expect some things too. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be really, really hard. So you should expect to struggle. However, we are staffed with great people who are gonna help you get through the struggle, okay? You should also expect to feel a bit overwhelmed. You should expect to really work harder than you've ever worked before. But you can also expect to know more and be able to do more than graduates from any other school, including, you know, a lot of computer science graduates who have studied for 4+ years. So we have about 18 months to prepare you for an entirely new career. And so every lecture, every day, every assignment is super crucial. So take attendance seriously, because it really doesn't take much to get left behind. All right, so let's talk about the schedule. Important dates coming up. Monday, yeah, it's the first day of class. Be there, be square. September 2nd is Labor Day. There will be no classes, okay? And then there's some breaks. We have November 25th to December 1st. That's Thanksgiving, and then winter break as well, December 23rd to January 5th. And then your end date. Graduation is March 7th, 2021, except for UX part-time 2, which is about 2 months earlier in January of 2021. This timeline, it includes everything in our curriculum. So your core track, labs, CS, and Lambda X. So plan on being here for about 40 sprints or until you get that job. All right, so the part-time schedule is a little bit different from our full-time schedule. You guys are on an A week, B week type of schedule, okay? So I'll explain it a little bit. A week Monday, you're gonna have one-on-ones with your team leads after your sprint challenges. And then on Tuesday, you'll have a guided project and then a little bit of time to work on that project. Wednesday is all project time, and then you'll have a stand-up as well. Thursday, you have your second guided project and more project time. And on your 5th day, which is either Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., Saturday, 9 to 12 p.m., or Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m., you'll have more project time. And remember, all of those times are Pacific Standard Time or Lambda time. Okay, so then we'll go into B week and the fun continues. All right, you have another guided project on Monday and Wednesday with some project time, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now the real fun for you guys is B week 5th days, and those are for your sprint challenges. Okay, so for those sprint challenges, you'll have the same schedule. You can either do it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and then it starts all over again on Monday where you have your one-on-one. I know it's a lot. It sounds really, really confusing, but you guys will get used to it. I promise. Okay. So now if I could have my section leads go ahead and drop the 5th day preference form. If you haven't filled it out, I want you guys to take about 3 minutes to fill it out. But these are the options. You can have either Friday, 6 to 9, Saturday, 9 to 12, or Sunday, 6 to 9, all Pacific Standard. And if you haven't filled that out, I want to give you the chance to fill it out right now. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to fill that out. And go. You are watching this over the weekend, go ahead and pause, fill out your 5th day preference, and make sure that we get it Sunday by noon, okay? Yeah, make sure you choose your preference carefully because we will not have the opportunity to change it for you, all right? Okay, I want to talk to you a little bit about your team leads and your student teams, okay? So who are the TLs? Who are the team leads? So for every 7 or 8 students, there is one team lead. And Lambda School, we have about 300 team leads, and you're gonna be assigned to one along with 7 or 8 people. and you'll be added to a Slack channel with your group. Now you'll get those groups before Monday or before class on Monday. How to interact with your team lead. There will be pair programming in the help channel. Please, please, please use the help channel. Also on module reviews, so those challenges that you have, and also one-on-one meetings after your sprints, okay? Please contact them. They are there to help you. All right, and I have some awesome section leads for you guys. I'm gonna show you their pictures. I have Amani Russ. She's your section lead for UX part-time 2. iOS part-time 2, we're gonna get one for you. I don't have a picture yet for you, but Nathan Thomas, my buddy, is gonna be the section lead for web part-time 9. And Yuki Yamaguchi is the section lead for DS part-time 2. And if you guys could go ahead and drop the pictures of your team leads in your Slack channels, that would be great. We are going to move right along though, and I want to tell you about the 3-point rating scale. So at Lambda School, we don't do traditional grades because we're teaching you specific skills, and we really only care about whether you can do it or not, you know? So if you can, that's awesome. But if not, we want you to get more support. But we also recognize that there's this difference between, oh, I got this, and okay, I'm amazing at this, right? So we use this 3-point rating scale at Lambda School, and you're gonna use it as well. You'll rate yourself, you'll rate your TL, you'll rate your instructor, and your TLs are gonna use it to rate your sprint challenges. So here's how it breaks down. If you get a 1 on your sprint challenge, you need to do a little bit more work. You need to resubmit, and we'll set you up with some support hours and a success plan. All right, we definitely want you to succeed, so we're gonna do everything that we can. If you get a 2, that is the sweet spot. You made MVP, or minimum viable product, and it meets all of the objectives. You should be super proud of this, okay? And if you get a 3, that means that you hit some stretch goals, maybe got a little fancy with some code. It really has that wow factor. Okay, so that's how we use our 3-point rating scale. You guys will see that all the time. Let's move on to Unit Flex. Jasmine, what is Unit Flex? So Unit Flex, sometimes our students need to review. All right, data proves it. So we've designed Unit Flex so students can have differentiated support with targeted support hours while continuing in their cohort, okay? If you need to flex after completing a build week and the unit review, you will absolutely be able to. Okay? So in short, the Unit Flex model, we can support you immediately on specific objectives that you need help with. Okay? All right, I said something like targeted support hours. So we are going to assess your progress throughout the program, and if you need additional support, you'll be assigned extra support in the form of team lead hours, or TL hours. We have career-centered hours as well, and student progress hours. So team lead hours, they give you guys an opportunity to review technical concepts. If you have career-centered hours, you guys will have the opportunity to review the career readiness modules. And then the student progress hours give you guys the chance to enhance your teamwork and collaboration skills. All right, so the ISA. I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions about the money. Okay, so if my SLs can go ahead and drop the link for Leaf in their class channels, that would be great. So what happens with our ISA is you don't have to pay us any tuition up front. The only time that you have to pay is if you have an industry-specific job making $50,000 or more. And if that happens, when that happens, you guys will pay us 17% of your paycheck for 2 years, maxing no more than $30,000. Okay, so you might have some more questions about that. Jasmine, what if I get hired before I finish Lambda School? Do I still have to pay? Do I have to finish the curriculum? All right, so if you get hired before you finish Lambda School, that's great. That's why you're here, okay? So to get a job. No, you're not required to finish Lambda School if you get a job, okay? We would like you to, but depending on where you are in the curriculum, you will have some to pay, okay? Now, an industry-specific job. If you are in full stack web or iOS and you're looking to get a developer job, but if you're in DS, you're looking for a data science position. UX students are going for designer positions. So there's a little bit of context about what type of job you need to have to qualify to start repayment. Okay. Jasmine, what if I complete Lambda School and I don't get a tech job? If it's not an industry-specific tech job, you don't know us. All right, Jasmine, what if I get a tech job, but I don't make $50,000 a year? My suggestion, number one, you should negotiate. Okay, number two, the keywords are industry-specific job, $50,000 or more. Okay, those are the two requirements. Alrighty, if you guys still have more questions, you absolutely can email finance@lambdaschool.com. All right, what's the front desk? I can tell you what the front desk is. The front desk is your way to contact Lambda School staff if you have questions about things that are not classwork related. All right, so this is your main point of contact for any feedback or any support. So you want to use front desk to contact me in student success. If there are any admin related inquiries, if you have feedback, or if you need support. Don't use front desk if you have questions about your classwork. Go to your TL. They will be able to help you. All right, I have some rules for the front desk too. Remember to only submit feedback and support requests. If you have classwork related questions, go ahead and contact your TL or your class help channel, okay? The help channels are there for you as well. Try to give as much detail as possible. Overshare with us because this will allow us to put your questions into the right hands and get them answered as quickly as possible. I'm going to show you how to use the front desk in just a second, but remember to only reply to the threaded messages on your ticket in the front desk Slack app. Okay, that way you can refer to the questions or the answers that we give you and follow up if you have more questions. Please, please, please don't send us spam. People have really important questions and we want to be able to get to those, okay? And lastly, a general rule at Lambda School, be professional. You're not on the job yet, but this is practice. So remember to remain professional in all of your interactions here at Lambda School. All right, I'm going to show you guys how to use front desk, okay? Let's do it. All right, so go ahead and minimize the presentation screen so that you can navigate both Zoom and Slack. And open up a DM to yourself. And then follow along with me. All right, so once you do the /front desk command, it's going to open up a little box, just like it does there. All right, you want to type your message and hit send. All right, you guys will see a notification from the front desk app. It's going to pop up on the bottom left-hand corner of your Slack app. This is going to confirm that your message has been sent. All right, and then you're done. So any replies to your inquiry, they're going to be in this front desk app. So keep an eye on that, and you'll get your replies there. So let's try it together, okay? This is the only time I'm going to condone you guys sending us spam, but it's a learning experience, so it's all right, okay? Let's see. All right, let's go back. Go ahead and, if you haven't done it already, /front desk, and then that's going to pop up. Go ahead and type in orientation in the title, and in the description, write orientation and then your section. So if you're in UX part-time 2, DS part-time 2, whatever it is, go ahead and type that in and click submit. And then this little guy is going to pop up. and say, hey, you submitted a ticket. All right, and then that's gonna be the body of your front desk app, okay? All right, Nina's getting blown up right now. She is our front desk. All right. All right, let's talk a little bit about Build Weeks. So at Lambda School, we are all about you getting hired. But one thing that bothered me when I graduated from college, that in order to get a job, you have to have experience, but you can't get experience unless you have a job. So it's like this vicious cycle that keeps going over and over again. And so that's why we want to give you guys some experience building projects before you finish with us, so that you can have a professional portfolio already built, okay? So you guys are gonna be given meaningful products and features to build on so that they'll be able to work. You'll be prepared to work in world-class product development environment, and you'll also be grouped in cross-unit and cross-functional teams to collaborate together toward a shared product goal. Okay, and instructors are going to use the product that you build to help measure your mastery and the objectives thus far you're learning at Lambda School. Okay, now I want to introduce you to some really cool people, the staff. All right, here are your instructors. They'll be filling your head with knowledge every day. Anne-Marie Sebastian is going to be in UX PT2. Joe McLaughlin in ILS PT2, Kieran Kozlowski in Web Part-Time 9, and Bruno, probably gonna butcher it, Hanoda in DS PT2. Okay, so those are the people who you're gonna be getting information from every day. And then one of the dopest teams ever, Student Success. There's Kevin Morrill, who is our Director of Student Success. Patty Kate Kennedy, who is my co-host, myself, Jasmine Muhammad. There are a bunch of awesome other student success coordinators. We all have different jobs. Dante O'Quellis Jr., Terry B. Kim, Sabrina Terrell, as well as Nina Hahn, Kristen Bloom, Caitlin Jagir, sorry, Britt Tedeschi, Robert Valderrama, Josh Zeger, and Jamie Smallwood. All right, dopest team ever. And then this next team is pretty dope too, and it's you guys. All right, this is you guys in 9 months, holding up offer letters from top companies and making way more money than you're making now, okay? But the only way that we're able to post this picture to Lambda School social media is if you work really, really hard and never give up, and use every ounce of stick-to-itiveness that is in your body and really give it your all, okay? I'm so excited to see the 100 and something of you guys on this call now with pictures like this of your own at the end of your 18 months or before. Okay, so remember, post questions that you have in your class channel, and you guys are done. That's my time. I'm dropping the mic. I have mood music though, so you guys can stick around for that. I'm sure you wanna, but if not, go ahead. I know you guys got kids and stuff, so go ahead. Thanks, guys.